Hello Thái,
Hello teacher.
how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Em cứ tưởng em off rồi chứ. Không thấy đợi, không thấy em vô.
Bận phòng thí nghiệm nên về hơi trễ xíu.
À ok, rồi, alright. Rồi, hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục với lại bài tiếp theo của mình luôn nhé. Lesson 5C, Conversation Words. Mình sẽ nói về những cái hoạt động bảo tồn thiên nhiên ha, trong cái bài này. Rồi, vậy thì đối với cái bài mình sẽ học một số cái cụm từ cũng như là cấu trúc câu để mà nói về cái việc mà bảo vệ môi trường, bảo vệ động vật hoang dã. So, now, before we start the lesson, have a look at some questions relating to wildlife. We have three questions. Have you ever been to a wildlife park or a zoo? So, if so, what was it like? Like, describe the park or the zoo. Number two, where do people go in your country to see wildlife? And which animals can you see there? Number three, have you ever seen animals in the wild? If so, which ones? And if not, which animals would you like to see? So think about the three questions and then discuss with me. Now you have 3 minutes for preparation, and after that we'll discuss. Okay? Now 3 minutes for you start. Now, so let's start with question number one. Have you ever been to a wildlife park or a zoo? And if so, can you describe that place?
Yes, I have been have been for wildlife park.
Oh, okay. Tell me more
Um,
about that, like where it is and how is it? And what did you see there? Something like that.
I have gone to the zoo in Saint Park and the zoo in Mongoland in Đà Lạt.
Mm,
It's very big and have uh, a lot of animal
mhm.
and the kind of animal is very uh, diversity.
Very diverse. Can you tell me some animal that you saw?
Uh, like
Capybara? Was there any capybaras?
capybara and
Yes.
and
Camels?
birds,
Uh-huh.
some viper.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay, so like, can you tell me more about that zoo? Like, were the animal like taken good care of over there, and were the place clean, and were there a lot of people coming there to visit?
um, there is a lot of uh, stuff to give the plant food to give for the animal,
Mm.
and around the animal has a lot of wall to protect them.
Mm. Okay, so you think that they are taken very good care of, right?
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, that's good. So, where do people go in your country to see wildlife, and what animals can you see there? So, beside the park that you went to, where else can people in Vietnam see wildlife, and what animals can we see?
The people can go to the uh, Hanoi Hanoi Zoo and uh, Thảo Cầm Viên, mình nói sao luôn?
You can say botanical garden.
But and Hồ Chí Minh Botanical Garden
Mm.
and Hanoi Zoo and Vietnamese Nation Park.
National park. And in Phú Quốc, what do we have?
Vinpearl.
Yeah, Vinpearl with safaris, right? Yeah, with a safari over there. So which animal can we see in those places?
I think in tourists I can people can see the monkey, gorilla, the lion, the tiger,
Mm.
the zebra, uh, bear.
Mm. Yeah, many kinds of animals, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. So, have you ever seen animals in the wild? I think you have because you have visited a park. So, which animal did you see, and which animal would you like to see?
Uh, yes, I have seen animal in the wild.
Hmm. So, which animal have you seen?
I see the uh, viper
Mhm.
and um, see
What else?
the pig.
Can you say it again?
Uh, pig,
Con gì em?
pig.
À, pigs.
Yeah,
Con
pig.
voi ấy, con heo á hả?
And the elephant.
Ok, nhưng mà con heo không phải, con heo nó không phải là wild animal, trừ khi mà em thấy con heo rừng á thì nó mới là wild animals nha. Okay, so you saw elephants. Okay, what else? Giraffes, monkeys.
Monkey.
Yeah, bears, right?
Yeah,
So, which animal would you like to see? What else would you like to see?
I would like to see tiger.
You would like to see tigers. Okay, all right. So now, have a look at the next part, please. So before we read about we read the reading passage for today. Let's go through some new words that you are going to see in the reading passage. So we have cut down, species, extinct, disappear, a national park, and DNA. Now, please repeat after me. Cut down,
Cut down.
species,
Species.
extinct,
Extinct.
disappear,
Spear.
a national park,
National Park.
DNA.
DNA.
Okay, so cut down, what does this mean? Do you know? Can you give me a synonym?
Uh, it means uh,
Re
reduce the
reduce. Yes, redo, exactly. Species, this is a very special word because it looks plural, but it is not in this case. It is singular in this case. Okay, cái từ species thì nó rất là đặc biệt. Đó là số nhiều hay số ít gì của nó cũng là cái từ này mà nó đếm được ha. Nó một cái từ đếm được và số ít hay số nhiều gì của nó cũng là cái dạng này hết nha. Cho nên là nếu mà nói một loài nó có nghĩa là loài. Vậy thì một loài sẽ là a species, mà nhiều loài sẽ là many species ha. Rồi, extinct, you know extinct.
yes.
It is an adjective, right? It means to become rare because they are like become endangered. Yeah, nó bị kiểu bị tuyệt chủng á ha. Yeah, extinct. Rồi, disappear. It's the same, right? You will never see something again. So because it disappears. Okay, national park, you know, DNA, you know. Okay, very good. Now, have a look at the reading passage, please. So read that and then answer 3 questions for me. 1. Where do mountain gorillas live? We are going to read about mountain gorillas. And then, why are the gorillas a good news story? And did Catherine enjoy the first day of her holiday? Why or why not? Now, please read the article and give me the answer. Okay, I give you around 3 minutes to read and then you tell me. The story is over here. Okay, now 3 minutes for you start. Okay. Now, so tell me, where do the mountain gorillas live?
Uh, the gorilla live in Uganda.
Okay, they live in Uganda. Where did you find the information?
The first paragraph,
The first paragraph. Over here?
yeah, the red line.
Yeah, but can you be more specific? Dưới này nó có nói rõ ràng luôn, là có từ khóa luôn này em. The mountain gorilla, which lives in the rainforest of Central Africa. Em thấy không? Uganda thì nó hơi hẹp ha. Central Africa nó còn nhiều quốc gia nữa. Được chưa? Và nó phải rõ ràng là rainforest ha. Of Central Africa. So, why are the gorillas a good news story?
Because the
Why?
uh, uh,
Because there were only 350 gorilla left 20 years ago, but now over 700 gorillas in the wild and the rainforest. Okay? Yeah. Tại vì sao? Tại vì con này không bị tuyệt chủng ha, mà cái số lượng của nó còn được gấp đôi nữa. Okay, so that's why they said that the good news story. So this did Catherine enjoy the first day of her holiday? Why or why not?
yes, she enjoys.
Okay, she enjoys it, and why?
Because uh, in in this day she's in hours to take the photo with the gorilla and uh, she said this was one of the most incredible experience of
Their
life.
lives. Yes, okay, of her life, right? Yeah, one of the most incredible experiences of their lives, of her lives. Yeah, perfect. So she really enjoyed it. Yeah, thank you very much. Now, have a look at the passage again. I would like you to find these numbers in the article and tell me what they describe. Okay? Rồi em tìm giúp cho cô, scan giúp cô những cái số liệu này ha, và cho cô biết nó là số liệu về cái gì. Okay? Now I give you 5 minutes to do this. So scan the numbers, tell me what it's about, please. Okay, are you ready? Yes? Okay, now 1 kilometers. What is it about?
It's uh 1 kilometer of rainforest. It cut down every 3 minutes.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, that's the area of rainforest that's cut down every 3 minutes. We have 100. What is it about?
Uh,
It's the
100
number
species
of,
of plants, insect, and animal become
mm,
extinct every day.
okay, the number of species of plants and insects and animals become extinct every day. Okay, the next one, we have 350. What number is that?
Uh, 350 is the number of gorilla left in the
Mm,
wild.
20 years ago. So 700
700 is the number of gorilla in the wild and in the rainforest.
now. Yes.
Now,
$3 million,
uh, $3 million is the
the
one
amount of
one
money.
visiting national park in Uganda, Rwanda.
Okay, that's the number, the amount of money that tourists spend on visiting national parks in Uganda and Rwanda. Okay, $17 million.
Uh, it's the amount of money on food, transport, and accommodation.
Okay, the amount of money spent on food, transport, and accommodation. Okay. Yes, the next one,
Uh,
2,000 pounds.
2,000 pounds is the amount of money to pay for
Who paid? Who paid?
the tourist paid
The Catherine, right? The woman. Catherine,
uh,
yeah,
woman
spent.
paid for 7 day gorilla tour.
Okay, for the 7 day gorilla tour. Yes, the next one we have 22.
Uh, 22 is the number of uh member of family of gorilla.
That were watching them, right? From on sides. And we have 98.4.
19 19.8.4 is
The
the
percentage of,
the percent of DNA is this amazing animal and they are one of close living relative.
relative. Okay, yeah, so 98.4 is the percentage of the DNA that we share with these amazing animals. Okay, that was good. Now, have a look at the have a look at the next part, help with vocabulary. So in today's lesson, we're going to review how to use verbs and some prepositions. For example, we have here, we will go with here about. Okay, so how about the others verbs? What do we use with? We can use on, in, at, from, to, between, something like that. Now, have a look at the phrases from 2 to 10 and also you can also read the passage again to find out the correct preposition to fill in. So I give you 3 minutes to complete this task. Now, 3 minutes start. Please help me do this exercise. Okay, now tell me, number two, what preposition do we use?
S- spend on.
Yeah, spend money on, spend time on, spend money on. Fly,
Fly to a lake.
fly to a place. Yes. Pay an amount of money
Pay an amount of money for something.
for something. Five,
Go on a trip to a place.
go on a trip to a place. Six,
Uh, Look for something you want to find.
look for. Seven,
Uh, Seven. Take photo of somebody or something.
eight,
Spend time with somebody.
spend time with. And nine,
Uh, Go back to the place where you started.
yes. And 10,
Talk about topic.
yeah, talk about a topic. Okay, very good. All right. Now, I would like you to open your book, page 103. Okay? I am going to open my book, page 109, and we will practice together. Okay, so you can see here in part A, 5C, lesson 5C, part A. Work on your own. Fill in the gaps with the correct form of the verb in brackets and the correct prepositions. And then we will work together to ask and answer the question. Okay, Thái, so have you seen the part of exercise you have to do? Page 103. Yes? Mm.
Three.
Now, you complete the question with the correct verb and preposition first, and then we will practice asking and answering. Is it clear?
Did you say the the
Lesson 5C.
price
Ừ. Ở cái trên nó có cái góc đó ghi là bài số 5 5 5C đó em.
5C4 phần
Đúng rồi,
42.
5C4 trang 42 chính xác nó đó. Rồi, em hoàn thành những câu hỏi đó giúp cô ha. Xong rồi sau đó mình sẽ thực hành những câu hỏi này nha. Okay, so with this task, I give you 3 minutes to complete. And then we will practice. 3 minutes start. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Mm. Now let's go. Okay, so we are going to ask and answer. We're going to take turn to do that. Mình sẽ xen kẽ ha. Okay, you start first. Thái, ask me the first question.
You like to go on mình đọc câu mẫu luôn hả không?
Ừ, em đọc câu hỏi luôn đi.
Would you like to go on a trip to Uganda?
I'm not really sure because Uganda is quite far from Vietnam, so it's gonna cost a lot. Also, I am not very interested in wildlife, so maybe Uganda wouldn't be a good option for me. Let me ask you a question. So, have you ever taken photos of animals in the wild?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, have you?
Can you repeat the question?
Oh, okay. Have you ever taken photos of wild animals?
Uh, yes, I have.
Tell me more about that.
When I go to the zoo in the I use the zoo, I take a lot of photo of the sheep and the capybara
Oh, okay.
and how to say it's uh,
Mm,
raccoon.
Oh, and a raccoon. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Very nice. Now, your turn. The next question.
What's the last place you like to?
Can you say it again?
What's were the last place you like to
You drive
fly?
to
Fly.
fly. Okay.
Fly.
What was the last place you flew to? Quá khứ chứ đúng không?
Uh,
Ừ, phải là quá khứ chứ. You flew to nhớ chi động từ cho cô luôn nha. You flew to. The last place I flew to was Đà Nẵng. Okay, ask me one follow-up question.
Did you go Đà Nẵng for the trip or the walking?
Giờ đó mình nói như thế nào? Okay, were you on holiday or a business trip in Đà Nẵng? Okay. Can you say that again? Were you on
Was you on
holiday?
for holiday or the business trip?
Yeah, on a business trip. I was on holiday with my friend. Okay. So, um, which towns or cities would you like to go back to?
I really want to go back to the like city.
Why is that?
It's because I really love this the weather of the like city and the the fly of the people in there. It's very peaceful and relaxed.
Mm, okay. The next one.
What do you hate spending money on?
Excuse me, can you repeat?
What do you hate spending money on?
What do you hate spending money on? Um, I think I hate spending money on clothes. Yeah, clothes. Because I don't buy, expensive clothes. Yeah, I usually stick to secondhand clothes or some cheap, or normal quality clothes because I don't need to look, fancy in stuff like that. So I would hate to spend money on expensive clothes. So, how much do you usually spend on food a week? How much money do you usually spend on food a week?
Usually spend on uh spend one. million, 1 million on for a
1
week.
million dong on food
Yeah,
for a week.
yeah, I think so.
Wow, that's a lot. Okay, so why is that? That sounds like a lot for a university student, but why is that? Just food alone, one meal.
It's very less because beside the some dishes for the day, I just pay 100 for a day. But in the last week, I have some party or uh, I have some party with my friends, so I have the money that I pay was increased.
Mm. And you usually eat out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah, if you cook at home, it will be cheaper. Okay, the next question.
Um, what do you and your friends often talk about?
Ah, um, me and my friend usually talk about teaching because we are both teachers, so usually talk about our students and teaching, and also sometimes we talk about our family. So yeah, so these are the topics that we usually talk about.
So your friends are English teacher too.
Yes. Some of my friends are also English teachers. Yes.
Oh,
Okay. The next question for you. Um, when did you last went on a trip to another town or city?
yes. Um,
When did you last went on a trip to another town or city?
the last trip that I went to the another city is the trip to Đà Lạt city. Uh, last month, last I go to together with my friends.
Mhm.
I go there for 3 days.
Yes. What did you do there?
Uh, we have a lot of time together to go to some place like Mongoland or some coffee shop or in some lake, Tuyền Lâm Lake,
Mm.
Silver Lake. Uh, what else? That's all.
Okay, that was good. Now you ask me one last question.
You like to go back to your first school?
Again, please.
Would you like go back to your first school?
Ah, okay. Um, I don't know. I'm not very sure. Sometimes I would really love to go back to my primary school to, to see, to visit some of my own teachers and to see, how the school has been changed. But also, I know that most of the teachers who used to teach me are very old now, and probably they are all retired. So when I come back, I won't have a chance to meet anyone that I know. So yeah, that's really takes me back from, wanting to go back to my first school. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Now, let's get back to the lesson. So let's turn to page 42 again. So let me share with you the book again. All right. So we have had some times to practice the questions using the different verbs and prepositions for the vocabulary part. Now, have a look at the next part, listening and speaking. So before we listen and speak, have a look at part 5. Have a look at exercise 5. How much do you know about elephants? So in the reading part, we talked about gorillas. Now in this part, we're going to talk about elephants. So how much do you know about elephants? Get the correct words in these sentences. We have 4 sentences. Have a look, think, and then give me the correct answer. Okay, I give you 1 minute. Now, think about what you know about elephants and then choose the correct answer for me. Now, number 1, what do you think?
I think African elephants are bigger than Asia elephant.
Okay, African elephants are bigger than Asian elephants. Number 2.
I think the ear of an Asia elephant are like maps of India.
Okay, I like a map of India. Number 3.
Uh, I think there are more African elephants than Asian elephants.
Number 4.
I think elephants have very bad memory.
Bad memory. Now, I would like you to listen to the first part of an interview with John Burton from the World Land Trust, a conservation charity, and then check your answer. Okay? Now listen and see if your answer is correct. Now listen.
Track 11.
Today on Wildlife World, we're talking to John Burton, the director of the Worldland Trust, who's here to talk about elephants in Asia. First of all, John, there's something I'd like to ask you. How can you tell the difference between an African and an Asian elephant?
Well, African elephants are bigger than Asian elephants, and they also have larger ears.
Okay.
Interestingly, an African elephant's ears are like a map of Africa, and an Asian elephant's ears are like a map of India.
Really? That's amazing. And how many of these animals are there in the wild?
Well, there are about 500,000 African elephants, but only about 50,000 Asian elephants.
And is it true that elephants never forget?
Well, I'm not sure about that, but they do have very good memories.
Okay. So number 1, African elephants are bigger. Yes, so this is correct. But you said that the ears of an elephant African are like the map of Africa, right? But the answer is India.
I say India.
And there are more African elephants, yes, than Asian elephants. And elephants have good or bad memories?
A good memory.
Good memories. Yeah. Okay, that was good. That was interesting. Now, I would like you to listen to the whole interview and tell me if these sentences are true or false. And if the sentence is false, you have to correct it for me. Before we listen, can you read all the sentences here out loud? Number 1, the forest.
Forest.
Where elephant, can you read that?
Where elephants live are getting smaller.
Number 2.
Elephants walk along the same path as their grandparents. They never go into village on the park. They sometimes destroy people.
Number 5.
There are any village in an elephant
Corridor.
corridor.
6.
The people in the village don't want to move.
The people in the villages don't want to move. Now, listen carefully and tell me if they are true or false.
Track 12.
Today on Wildlife World, we're talking to John Burton, the director of the Worldland Trust, who's here to talk about elephants in Asia. First of all, John, there's something I'd like to ask you. How can you tell the difference between an African and an Asian elephant?
Well, African elephants are bigger than Asian elephants, and they also have larger ears.
OK.
Interestingly, an African elephant's ears are like a map of Africa, and an Asian elephant's ears are like a map of India.
Really? That's amazing. And how many of these animals are there in the wild?
Well, there are about 500,000 African elephants, but only about 50,000 Asian elephants.
And is it true that elephants never forget?
Well, I'm not sure about that, but they do have very good memories.
So, what are the main problems facing elephants in Asia?
Well, it's the usual story, I'm afraid. The forests and other areas of land where elephants live are getting smaller because people are cutting down all the trees. One of the biggest problems is that elephants walk from place to place along paths that their families have used for hundreds of years.
Right.
But if people build a village on one of these paths, the elephants will walk straight through it.
And of course, this causes a lot of problems for the villagers.
Yes, because the elephants eat the food that the villagers are growing, and sometimes they also destroy their homes. In the elephants' heads, it's still their land, you see.
And how can we solve this problem?
Well, the best way is to make what we call elephant corridors. The World Land Trust works with the villagers to protect the areas of land where the elephants walk. This means that the elephants can travel from place to place without meeting any people.
And what about the people who live in these areas?
We build them new villages, away from the elephant corridor.
And do the people want to move?
Oh yes, definitely. The people in the villages are very happy to move to a place that is safer for them and their families.
So elephant corridors are good for people and for elephants.
Yes, indeed.
Well, it's good to hear a positive story about wildlife. Thank you for talking to us, John.
My pleasure.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Now, number 2. Elephants walk along the same paths as their grandparents. True or false?
True.
True. Okay, you think that it is true. So, they never go into villages on the paths.
False.
It is
False.
false. They sometimes destroy people's home.
True.
False.
True.
True. Okay. There aren't any villages in an elephant corridor.
False.
False. And the people in the villages don't want to move.
False.
False. Okay, they really want to move. All right. So now listen again and check each answer with me.
Track 12.
Asian elephant.
Well, African elephants' ears are like a map of India.
Really? That's true that elephants never forget. So, what are the main problems facing elephants in Asia?
Well, it's the usual story, I'm afraid. The forests and other areas of land where elephants live are getting smaller because people are cutting down all the trees. One of the biggest problems is that elephants walk from place to place along paths that their families have used for hundreds of years.
So number 2, it's true.
Right.
But if people build a village on one of these paths, the elephants will walk straight through it.
And of course,
Number 3, false.
this causes a lot of problems for the villagers.
Yes, because the elephants eat the food that the villagers are growing, and sometimes they also destroy their homes.
Okay, 4.
In the elephants' heads, it's still their land, you see.
And how can we solve this problem?
Well, the best way is to make what we call elephant corridors. The World Land Trust works with the villagers to protect the areas of land where the elephants walk. This means that the elephants can travel from place to place without meeting any people.
And what about the people who live in these areas?
We build them new villages, away from the elephant corridor.
And do the people want to move?
Oh yes, definitely. The people in the village.
Rồi, okay, everything is good. Now, let's move on. Okay, so now I would like you to have a look at the exercise 7. We are going to talk about the sentence stress. So listen to the beginning of the interview again and notice the sentence stress over here. Okay, now listen, please.
Track 12.
Today on Wildlife World, we're talking to John Burton, the director of the Worldland Trust, who's here to talk about elephants in Asia. First of all, John, there's something I'd like to ask you. How can you tell the difference between an African and an Asian elephant?
Well,
Okay, so now have a look at, after you listen, have a look at the sentences over here and tell me which of these types of words are stressed. We have nouns and names, auxiliaries, main verbs, articles, adjective, or question words. Now, have a look at the sentences and tell me. Em nhìn lại trong cái câu mà đầu tiên hay những câu đầu tiên của cái đoạn đọc đó nhé, đoạn nghe đó nhé, cho cô biết là những cái dạng từ nào hay loại từ này sẽ được nhấn ở trong những cái câu này.
Cái auxiliaries là gì không?
Auxiliaries là những cái trợ động từ á, ví dụ như là do, does, don't, doesn't kiểu vậy á ha, thì gọi là auxiliaries. Cái dấu chấm em thấy trong những cái câu này là cái đó không phải là cái dạng stress đâu, mà nó kiểu để cô coi coi. Nó là cái dạng stress đó, dạng stress của cái câu đó đó ha. Vậy thì em nhìn vào trong này giúp cô, cho cô biết những cái từ nào, thành phần từ nào mà nó được nhấn. Nouns and names có không?
Có.
Có ha. Rồi auxiliaries có không? No. Ví dụ như là khen dụ kiểu như vậy ha, thì mình sẽ không có nhấn những cái chỗ đó. Rồi, còn main verbs, yes or no?
Có.
Động từ chính.
Có. Yes.
Có ha, yes. Rồi article, under.
No.
No. Adjectives,
Yes.
question words.
Yes.
Rồi, ok. Rồi mình thấy là khi mà mình nhấn thì mình sẽ nhấn những cái từ quan trọng. Ví dụ như là tên ha, danh từ nè, rồi tính từ nè, động từ, tên riêng. Những cái từ để hỏi, còn những cái khác thì mình không có cần nhấn ha. Rồi. Vậy bây giờ em sẽ nhìn vào trong cái phần tiếp theo giúp cô bài số 8. Mà khoan đã, em đọc lại giúp cô cái đoạn này nha. Cái đoạn mà today á, cho đến Asian elephant. Đọc lại giùm cô cái đoạn này nhé. Rồi, Nam hỏi, can you read these sentences again? Today on Wildlife World.
Today on Wildlife Walk, we are talking to John Burton, the director of the Worldland Trust.
First.
We're here to talk about elephant in Asia. First of all, John, there's something I would like to ask you. How can you tell the difference between an African and an Asian elephant?
Rồi, ok, that's good. Now, have a look at exercise A. This one, I would like you to work on your own and think of 5 ways to help the environment and wild animals. Ok, bây giờ em sẽ tự nghĩ ra giúp cô 5 cái ý ha, để mà có thể giúp cho cái môi trường sống tự nhiên ha, cũng như là những cái động vật hoang dã này nhé. Ví dụ nên mọi người nên cần làm gì để mà bảo vệ chúng. Ok, rồi, ví dụ em có thể dùng là ok, I think people should, we should, gì đó ha. Rồi, và tại sao? Cho cô lý do luôn nhé. Rồi cô cho em 5 phút để chuẩn bị cho phần này ha. Sau đó thì em sẽ cho cô nghe cái ý kiến của em nhé. You have 5 minutes for this task. Think of some suggestions that we can use to help the environment in wild animals. Are you ready, Thái?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Now, can you tell me 5 ways that you can help the environment and wild animals and why?
I think to uh help the way to help the environment and wild animal is uh to stop illegal hunting
Oh, stop illegal hunting. Why is
yeah,
that?
because if the hunter if the people hunting hunt the animals freely uh uh will affect to the amount of the amount of animals and make them to be extinct.
Okay. So the first thing that we can do is to stop illegal hunting. Okay, the next one.
The secondly is we need to ban we need to ban cutting down the tree
We need to
and
spend.
to cutting down the tree.
We need to stop cutting down the trees.
Yeah, cutting
Oh,
down
okay. Why?
the trees and the forest is the environment of the living environment of the animals. So if we cutting down the trees, the animal can lost the house to live. So
Yeah,
then
lost their, what is it called? Habitat.
yeah,
Yeah,
lost
they
the
lost their habitat. Yeah. Okay. That's a good point. The next one.
thirdly is we need to create more protected animal area
Mm-hmm.
and
Protect animal area. What do you mean?
ờ, em muốn nói là khu bảo tồn động vật đó.
Okay. So we need to build a conservation center, right? Center for wild animals. Okay. Why?
We need to build it because it's protect animal about the hunter and give them uh, the stable habitats and food to live.
Mhm. Okay, but I think this will only work for the extinct or endangered animals only, right? Yeah, because if there are too many wild animals there, then people cannot take care of all of them, right? And if they stay in the park or the zoo for so long, they will lose their natural instincts. Yeah, so that wouldn't be a really good, option, but it's okay. Just for the very endangered animals. The next one.
Also, we need to find out and um, find out and take the endangered animal uh, to the compensation center.
Oh, okay. So take the endangered animal to the conservation center. So this is the same. Yeah, with the third idea. How about the last idea?
Um, last idea I mean everyone in the world need to be raise the awareness about environments because if they don't have awareness about this ev- everything that's prevents is no is nothing.
Mm-hmm. It's useless, right? It's no use. So first, I think we need to raise everyone's awareness about protecting the environment, right? Protecting the environment and wildlife. Okay. So then we can stop people from illegal hunting, from cutting down the trees. And and then the last option is to build more conservation centers to help the animals that are in need, right? Like not all wild animals, but only the ones that are very endangered, right? In a very dangerous situation. I also think that we should, like we read about gorillas, right? And there were more gorillas because of the correct way to do tourism, right? So I think some places should boost wild tours in a proper way. Okay, in a proper way. Because when people do this in a proper way, they will not only have the donation, the money to take care of to make a living, and not make a living from the wild animals, but also they will help grow the wildlife community, right? Cái này á, nó cái cách mới ha, mình đọc được trong cái bài Gorillas em thấy đó, là khi mà nó sẽ có được những cái du lịch, đúng không? Vậy thì cái người sống ở chỗ đó sẽ kiếm được tiền, vậy thì người ta sẽ không có cần phải săn bắn nữa, đúng không? Hoặc là chặt cây nữa. Và nhờ đó và họ sẽ chăm sóc những cái con vật này ha, bảo vệ chúng để họ có thể kiếm tiền từ cái việc người ta đến cái khu vực đó mà xem những con vật này, nghiên cứu về những con vật này, đúng không? Và do đó thì cái những cái con vật này nó cũng sẽ được bảo vệ luôn, đúng không? Như cái con gorilla gì đó. Rồi, okay. Yeah, thank you very much for sharing your ideas with me. So, in today's lesson, we have talked about different ways. We have talked about wildlife conservation and different ways we can do to, contribute in that. So, do you have any question about the lesson today? Yes or no? Okay, you don't have any. So we stop here, and I think we will continue with the next lesson on Tuesday. Okay, as usual. Yeah. Thank you so much for your participation, Thái. And I wish you a nice weekend and a good night's sleep. And I'll see you again next Tuesday. Okay?
You teacher.
Yeah, thank you. I'll see you again. Goodbye.
Bye teacher.
Bye.